will try to turn things around and try to pre-commit, but the market is screaming louder than everything. So I'm
Yes.
not sure. I'm not sure if they need a couple of rate hikes and as soon as possible, like couple of consecutive meetings. Um, it's the most freaked situation from the central banks that Bank of Japan has, plus their domestic problems. It's a hard to resolve job, really.
Do you think they will hike tomorrow?
Surprisingly, I didn't think about this. Um, I didn't think of that, and it's also very tentative event. So it's announced at 5 o'clock, but they sometimes go early or late, so you cannot
Yes.
really catch it the right time. So I'll wake up and see. But
So I think they will hike, they will surprise tomorrow, and I think it doesn't matter for the market. I mean, volatility we will get, but I think, you see, I stay committed here in the trade.
yeah, we discussed it earlier that with New Zealand would be a better configuration. Kiwi, Kiwi yen long.
Yes.
With the
But
US dollar, it's tricky.
I still believe we will go here above. Again, we will see interventions here. But their talk is so aggressive that I think their doing will be not that aggressive. Their talk is so aggressive that I think it's what we started this conversation. The talking and the doing is not always the same.
Oh
But
yeah, sure.
we have to leave it there. We are at the end of our session.
That's right. I'll stay here and then I'll see you in 2 hours in the advanced room. There is also a lot happening
In
in
the
the
stock
stock
market.
world as well. I see that we got some offer from USA to Greenland, 700 billion to Denmark for Greenland, including $100,000 per resident in exchange for US citizenship. It's going to be a long day, so let's rock and roll, man. Thanks a lot for the
Let's rock
session.
and roll. See,
Yeah,
see you in two
continue.
hours. Have fun in your next session.
Thanks, thanks.
Bye
See you.
bye.
Bye bye.
Hello traders, hello everyone. Welcome in the advanced room here at Live Education with XM, and I'm here with Stanislav Kolev, or Stanka for friends, to talk about markets, of course. And we are going to see, or probably most of us seen, what happened, like the Trump's pivot happened. Um, we're gonna see what that brings, and I'm gonna ask Stanka what that brings, and also I'm gonna ask you guys, like, feel free to join the chat, take part in the conversation. It's always much better and much more interesting when you are with us, chatting with us. What's up, Stanka? How is it going? How
What
things?
what do you mean Trump's pivot? Hey man, very good to see you. Thanks a lot. Everything is good.
What I mean by Trump's pivot is that Trump said yesterday, um, if I'm not messing things up, that he will not use force to take Greenland, and that there is an agreement that actually um, was well received by Europeans and NATO chief, and that Trump will not impose tariffs. Um, those that he wanted to impose, like Friday, Saturday. I mean, he's like, okay, tariffs, okay, no tariffs, like tariffs, no tariffs. So it's now like a switch, right? And market is reacting to that. So today we are seeing warmer. Like yesterday was some rebound, especially Nasdaq was happy about that, right? Because Nasdaq is, and S&P, because S&P is also driven by tech stocks quite a lot, tech large caps. So they liked it because they were afraid that any clash with Europe gonna hurt U.S. tech corporations. DAX is rebounding also, like Germans, of
So
course,
let
happy.
me ask you, where did you get this information from?
VIX dropping. Um, it was um a trader source, trading source, trading news source.
All right, it was basically from a tweet from Trump, yeah? Or no?
I think so. I think it was from Trump. Trump. So yeah, and market apparently reacting to that. And yeah, about tariffs, that he will do 10% tariffs on the opposing countries opposing to Greenland takeover. Um, and then Trump said he will not impose tariffs. So yeah, that's solely Trump, so is the source. Euronews is also reporting that Trump suspends European tariffs after framework Greenland deal agreed. We have formed framework deal, that's from real Donald Trump. I will not be imposing tariffs, right? So this is kind of like a um, Trump. Denmark rejects Trump demands to negotiate the takeover of Greenland. Um, Greenland, Trump as well. Greenland framework is a long-term deal. So basically, there is a concept of a deal framework, like that. There is no deal, right? But what's interesting is that, yeah, U.S. Treasuries also reacted somewhat positively to yesterday's news, because, like I was saying yesterday. So here's the thing. I was saying
Okay.
yesterday, but there was a question from one of viewers: is deal gonna happen? And I said I think it's likely that it's gonna happen because of the fact that markets started selling again US Treasuries, US dollar, and indexes. And well, Bank of England said it's mostly hedging, but maybe in Britain, or maybe it was mostly hedging, and then market will see what's going to happen. But yeah, so that was really looking bad in terms of US Treasuries, or that was leading to looking bad. And so I thought they will need that deal. Like US will need, even if Europe doesn't agree, US will need some way out of this situation, right? And I think this deal framework is the way out, because one thing is that maybe there will be no deal, but at least they're going to be negotiating for months and maybe years, and then what will come out of this is like totally um, unimportant currently, right? So maybe US will get some allowances to use Greenland, but it will not be officially taken over or whatever. It doesn't matter. It might be 3 years from now. Like Brexit negotiations were like correct me if I'm wrong, but many years, right? So in that sense, what comes out of it is unimportant. The important is the switch that Donald Trump is switching. He says he's gonna do this. Market is panicking. He says he doesn't. He will not do this. Market is calm, right? So over 3 years we might be having a another leg of the cycle, right? And or we might be having bullish cycle, and then in 3 years that drama gonna come back. I don't know, right? I'm just trying to pinpoint that. But I was also saying that one comment from Davos may make market react very unpredictably. This is also kind of what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm kind of a victory lapping here right now, I guess. At least something.
Who is the Victorian?
Who is the Victorian? I am. I predicted the deal, the deal framework.
But there is no deal, man.
Yeah, I know. I just explained. I just explained that
Yeah,
you
I
don't need
probably.
the deal for, because there were no tariffs as well. Like can you see that? Like there were no tariffs, so there is no deal needed. There was no incursion into Greenland, so like that story was completely virtual. Market was reacting to um, only to words at this point.
So you predicted that it's going to be just a fugazi and is going to fade away a few days after.
I predicted
And
that they gonna be, well, in the end it turns to that. Like I was thinking they're gonna be a deal. So there is announcement that they're gonna be a deal, right? For the markets, it's enough, basically. At least for now. I don't know. Maybe drama comes back next week.
and you bought markets, you bought indices.
Uh,
What was
yeah,
your?
I mean, I was in volatility settings and in this with this idea that it may be eventually the dip, right? Like this volatility may turn out to be the sharp buying that continues into an upward swing, especially on DAX. So the algorithm that I'm running on DAX was essentially buying yesterday that rebound. But in a sense, I didn't make manual trades to buy DAX based on that. How it also impacted my decision making, like Aussie longs on Aussie and longs on Kiwi were doing fine when even when this drama started, right? And Monday, Tuesday. So I was like, okay, I keep them for now, but if things gonna get solved or gonna get de-escalated anyhow, it will even be boosted, right? So in that case, this also worked well. So I'm still holding Aussie and Kiwi as longs, well, against the dollar, like dollar, I don't know, maybe dollar can come back, right? um that's one thing, that dollar is still weak. So the market, maybe the market doesn't feel the whole relief, or maybe dollar will be weak for other reasons, if not for that reason that um traders just want to dump US assets. Maybe for other reasons dollar gonna stay weak. Nevertheless, I mean, commodity currency is doing pretty well. Been doing well, been doing okay, even throughout this turmoil.
Yeah, not the cat so much, but the Aussie in New Zealand
Yeah,
significantly
CAD
better.
is still in troubles, right?
Jack is saying, welcome Mars and Trump buying the dip as usual. I picture Trump rapping the song Get Low by Lil Jon. We gotta play it sometime here.
Yeah, that theory. I don't remember. Maybe it was you, Jack, who mentioned that. But in general, that theory that Donald Trump was saying all of this because I, I mean, it wasn't just a talk. There was a bill introduced to the Congress about taking over Greenland, so it was kind of more advanced than just talking. But in general, most of that was like he said something, then he said something different, and moved markets. So if is he saying it only for the for market effect for buying the dip? That would be crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised. And the funny thing is that U.S. president's been impeached for less, you know. And, I mean, just saying, you know, just saying. I pictured, yeah. So maybe he's just pumping gold and buying dips on the stock market. I have no idea if that's the case, but the volatility is the fact that changing direction rapidly um, is a fact, right? Is real deal.
So that's the bottom that we got yesterday, or the yeah, yesterday essentially.
Yeah,
Is this how
how
you
do you
see it?
manage all of this, Stankai? Like, I know you are a very technical trader in general, but doesn't it bother you anyhow? Maybe those rapid changes?
No, actually, I'm pretty satisfied with the rapid changes because it creates volatility. It means that all the technical setups are getting to a fast conclusion whether you win or lose money, which means you gotta wait for the next signal. And this is exactly what I need. I don't want a market that is going to hold me for X period of time, a week ranging or couple of days or consolidations and deep pullbacks and stuff like that. This is a moment where when I'm not making money because I have no uh, impulsive waves and no strong volatility. That's the time that I make money.
Well, yeah, to be honest, my January salary will be thanks to Donald Trump, so poor Germans, but yeah, it kind of works. Um, but it works better if at least for me, if I'm prepared, like for okay, it's just a talk. You can have another talk, and it's gonna be different, in that sense. But so far, it feels like market is partially relieving, right? It's not exactly full relief. Let me see futures, and I'm talking about VIX. Actually, we are having VIX here, right? Oh no. Oh no. Yesterday it was working, I swear.
Is the new contract.
What was it? Yeah, okay. Um
I swear it was working. Just gotta change the contract.
I got to plug it off and plug it in, and it works. Yeah, I mean it's still not like a full relief. I mean, especially wait, dollar. Um, but dollar wasn't harmed the most actually, like because all of this, because um it was still having those yields doing better, so they were um, kind of helping, not for it to get destroyed, but Um, treasuries are rebounding just a bit, right? Like maybe market still hates U.S. treasuries. They are like, well, let's better have it off our book.
I think it's justified. Yeah.
There are more problems, right? I mean, Donald Trump is the center of most of those problems, but there are more problems about U.S. treasuries than just Greenland, right? And those 10% tariffs in Germany and Denmark. So
Also, with Greenland, it's not done deal. We had
yeah,
Trump
it's not closed.
speaking, speak. We have no reply from neither Denmark nor from European Union. The tweet yesterday, I sent it to you. Can you show it on screen? The one that I sent you in our private chat.
Yes,
The
yes.
the tweet yesterday was about talk between Trump and NATO guy. We have no Europe nor anybody else into that. Secretary General of NATO Mark Rutte, framework of future deal with respect to Greenland. Deal of what? You cannot agree with NATO to acquire Greenland, I suppose, or at least this is not how things work. And regarding the still are in negotiations. Yes, there will be no tariffs on up until February 1st. Why would you say that where you don't know what Greenland would do? Also, there was an offer for Greenland. Actually, Denmark would do. There is an offer for Greenland, and
That's
the
what
offer was 700 billion and 100,000 per person to change the citizenship to be American, as this morning.
would you take it?
700 billion? I don't need that money. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't care.
Look,
700 billion, this is so much money.
in my
If I
yeah. So
will um satisfy with any amount of money, I think like 100 million will be more than enough.
no, I think
More than enough.
100K to a single person. No.
Yes, 100K to a single person, but if you ask me about would I
Oh,
accept the
100,
deal,
100 million for you. Okay,
100 million,
okay.
I think you're more than packed. You're more than enough. You will have to, you know, you a person has to be very stupid. I say, hopefully I don't sound like Trump because he used this type of words. But if you have $100 million, right? Euro, dollar, not some devaluated currency that is close to oblivion. Yeah,
So,
because 100 million.
no, no, but then everyone else gonna de-dollarize. So better choose something other,
I mean, a
some other
hundred
kind.
million bolivar, 100 million bolivar is like $20 or something, or I don't know exactly.
$100 million worth of gold.
I don't care what of what. Let's say you get 100 million today, and if you lose your money or you come back again to the street, and you will have to be not too smart person. There is one saying, and I recently came to me, um, and it says you will need to get rich only once. You need only once. You don't need 100 times. You need only to get rich once. And as soon as you get rich once, your money starts working for you. You got. You don't care about stuff that most people care. You don't care about all the fugazi with your rent and where the kids gonna study and stuff. You need only once. You don't need more than that. Oh, I see. We have a pinky mood.
Just playing around. Um, what I tried to explain is that yeah, that there was nothing from
You could
Greenland.
use a horizontal line, by the way. It's going to be sexier
This one.
if you wanna. If you want,
But the
yeah.
thing is, I don't like my theory now is it's just a way of exit from the situation. It's not that, as I said, Europe may not agree to anything, and he will just exit from situation he created this way. So he used like NATO secretary to be like his alibi, like, oh, I had a great conversation with secretary of NATO, and yeah, we
What
have
was the
this
point of the
framework,
whole
so
thing?
I will clean up that mess I made, or that mess
Uh,
will be gone that I made. Um,
I don't know what is the point of the whole thing, Marcin.
in the whole thing of point.
Of why you even say that? You just to distract everybody from Epstein files or what? Yeah, that makes sense a little bit.
Well, I would see two reasons what could be the purpose, two possibilities. I don't know if it's a distraction. I've seen those memes that Greenland is almost as big as that it can cover Epstein files. But in general, it could be that um, there was this idea, and well, first of all, I think the idea that Trump is presenting, and perhaps the White House, like if you listen to Besant, if you listen to Hassett, if you listen to um, Rubio, they are behaving like U.S. is undefeated, indestructible, and it depends on nobody. Everybody depends on U.S., right? Which is untrue, basically, right? The fact that the mutuality of relationships that U.S. is having with other countries, especially with their allies, um, is not that clearly visible or is like multifaceted doesn't mean there is no mutual dependence. And so actually I think personally, US is pretty vulnerable financially. And that's something that's like their allies in the first place, but in general, other countries voting for US by supporting their financial system. Without that support, US would shrink a lot, and it would be very difficult experience for the United States. And I think this moment of realization came, right? They've been like, oh, Denmark is selling treasuries, right? And instantly
For quite some time.
Hassett came out and said, well, Denmark is like 5 or 10 billion, I don't remember the exact figure. In treasuries, this is negligible. This is like irrelevant amount. But it's not about 10 billion from Denmark. It's about, how contagious this become, and what other holders of treasuries gonna start doing. And there are also, of course, US corporations that enjoy pretty privileged position in Europe and European Union, despite whatever Donald Trump is saying. So that tip of an iceberg, if you cut it off, like if it's gone, the rest of the iceberg is like you don't want to lose 10 or 20 or 30% of treasuries demand. Of course, you still have 70 or 80% left, but you will be missing very much that 20, and also any after effects, right? That, okay, if Europe doesn't like treasuries and China doesn't like treasuries, will Saudis like treasuries, right? Will others be so enjoying treasuries, right? It's so that spark or that catalyst was, in my opinion, pretty dangerous, and the US is actually having nothing to counter that. Like they would have to win wars, and as contributions from those wars say, okay, so now you have to be buying our treasuries as some sort of a war levy. I mean, this is pretty difficult, but I think they were thinking that nothing gonna happen. They can mess with everyone, and no one can do anything about it. And actually, I've seen one American was commenting on that. It's like, let's say, political commentator, but from this common crowd, right? Not someone in the tie and something, but he's more like a normal regular person commentator. And he was like, yeah, let's take Greenland, what they can do, like they can do nothing to us, you know, like this kind of stuff. I think that's the sentiment. And when the realization comes that, okay, but somehow those countries are important to us, right? Like and the alliance with them and their support and everything, and you start realizing, okay, if we will not be able to sell those treasuries, what will we do, right? That's then it changes the story. And that was also with China, that was also in April with when tariff wars were in full blown. Out of a sudden they started having problem with treasury market, right? And so the White House changed the rhetorics instantly. And that was the same with China, when China said, okay, so you will not be getting our rare earth metals. And they instantly, like the tariff war with China was probably the shortest of all tariff wars we know, was even shorter than Iran Israel exchange in June. It's and since then you don't hear anything about China, you know, like no problem with China, you know, like that's crazy.
And that's actually the perfect time for them to work in silence, where USA is having a beef with everybody else but them.
China is making
to
best
work-
deals ever now, thanks to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Right? Like China should be thankful. Did they say
Also
thank
what
you?
is happening? What is happening with Canada as well is also pretty wild too. Where Canada say that so they had a very good deal with China. It's a new world order basically. Have you seen that?
No, I've seen
Oh.
Canada made deal with China, and Europe made deal with China recently.
There is a comment. It's prepare. It's the new world order is happening. Stuff like that, which is. I mean,
But who commented on that?
Carney.
Carney said about
No.
New World Order. I just heard him saying that that cooperation with China is much more predictable than the one with the US, which is already I mean, definitely big shift, you know, in geopolitics, especially in trade relations, because of course nobody is yet changing borders so much, but despite trying, but definitely huge geopolitical shift, trade relations shift is taking place.
Yeah, Carney said that. It's a new world order now.
Oh, okay, but not like New World Order from those conspiracy theories. It's just that it's changing from US being.
It is changing.
Yeah.
Yes, which is more or less the same thing.
But
Right?
wouldn't you say
No?
it's changing to disorder? Like if you have fragmented centers of power that are competing for advantages, that's more like chaos to me. New World chaos.
It depends what chaotic is. Because chaos for one could be organized plan for somebody else. Right? It's a little bit of the paradox. If you plan to fail and you succeed, did you actually succeed? No, if you plan to fail and you do fail, do you actually succeed
Or
or you have failed? Yes. So, yeah, that's a little bit.
It reminds me of the idea like open demo account and lose all the money for me, right? Like
Yeah, and you make a quadruple of the capital, but you can't withdraw it. Yeah,
And your real trading account is looking at it with tears in the eyes,
your
right?
yeah, and your real trading account probably saying no, this is AI. Yeah. Uh, what few viewers have in the chat? What are you up to? So what's your best call right now in this environment?
My best call. Well, I'm interested in. So except positions that I'm managing because I opened them earlier, right? Aussie CAD was also pretty good call. I don't think it's too late for
That's
it.
old. That's happening.
DAX rebound currently. This is something I'm vetting. I think also it's pretty. It's still in time. Like if we gonna continue this this
You
push
wanna buy?
up. Sorry.
You wanna buy it?
Yeah, I could think of it, right? Like as a rebound and going for new highs. So essentially, we've been just having correction of this swing from December and first half of November and first half of January, breakout from this consolidation. So I could totally see a swing up at some point. So now is the question more like of timing, right? So shall we? 1 second, I'm gonna open drawing tool. But on DAX for me is the question of timing mainly at the moment. I'm prepared for the upswing. Maybe it's now. It depends on how this whole walk back operation, this whole walk back theme, like Trump walking back his push against Greenland. How it continues, right? If it continues like okay, Trump gonna start behaving for now, it might try and come back above, close this gap, right? So we may be having 500 700 points of an upswing, or if he kind of again starts being angry and aggressive, right, we might be having continued push lower, which is like would be natural technical consequence at this point. So kind of still could see that, but at some point if that gets solved, right, we go back to trending. So and technically both of those options would be making sense for me, right? And I would be trying to buy this rebound and continuation. So yeah, but I'm showing big swings, right? So if I'm preparing, that's maybe important to add. If I'm preparing for a swing to be, I can trade that swing somewhere inside, right? Like I'm not trying to be very early. I'm not trying to predict it. Like prepare for it means that if it's gonna be having 700 points, I'm gonna be trading it somewhere in the middle for maybe 200, maybe 300, maybe 400, right? We're gonna see. I don't know how much it's gonna give, how much I'm gonna be able to rake out of it, but definitely prepared for the possibility. The same if they keep shorting, right? Especially if again the switch changes, like Trump switches the magical switch and markets start selling again, right? So then I'm gonna be orientated to keep shorting whatever the downward swing emerges out of that. So this is one thing on DAX. So I think for buying, it's still like early for me to buy it, right? A bit later, we're gonna get more confirmation. There might be nice profit margin in the emerging swing. Aussie CAD is also my recent idea, which I think is not too late yet, and I might be adding to that later, because you pointed out, right, like commodity currencies were doing fine except CAD, which is pretty symptomatic. Maybe CAD gonna have another weak year, because last year the correlation was when dollar was weak, CAD was weak with it. when dollar was strong, CAD was weak against it, right? So kind of like whatever was happening, CAD was being in trouble, and at the same time, I think Australian dollar and New Zealandish dollar are actually pretty attractive, and price action kind of confirming that, right? All this technical layout, this whole technical layout, last 2 months is and the last few days as well, seems to be confirming that Aussie is doing fine and Kiwi is doing fine. So I had this idea that, you know, we're going to be swinging in favor of Aussie against CAD, basically whatever happens, right? Like trying to trade potentially strong against potentially still weak currency. Now we are in full swing, so I would be waiting for pullback, but that's basically that's like how you like traditional way, standard way of trading swings, right? Let me see. Yeah, maybe here.
Yeah, plus we have
We can use we can use Ichimoku for that, for example, right? Or something based on swing trading.
Or Takeichi.
Sorry?
Or Takeichi.
Sorry, didn't hear you.
Or if we could use, if said we could use Ichimoku, I reply we could use Takeichi.
Takeichi on yen.
Yes, exactly. We got a back in Japan tomorrow. Maybe it's worth talking about that one. I got a question earlier from Gil whether I expect a surprise rate hike to happen tomorrow. I would not say not to one. The market doesn't acknowledge it at all. Market is selling
But
Japan.
Bank of Japan, right?
Yes. We got tomorrow central bank meeting, no?
Have you? Yes, I know. That's. I just wanted to make sure we are talking Bank of Japan. So you know, even central banks sometimes speculate, no? But the cost is for everyone else. So they would have to. I mean, sorry, I interrupted you.
So there was a question that was asked from Gil Pass whether I would expect a rate hike, yeah, tomorrow, and it a little bit caught me off guard. The problem with this is simply because we don't know the time that the event will trigger. Yeah, there is a plan, but we're not sure whether that's going to be triggered on time, what will be the press conference, what, etc. So I say I have no yen positions for tomorrow. I have no yen trades currently at this very moment. And if there is a chance for tomorrow rate hike to save things, I think there is a good chance for that. It will be justified. It will be justified.
But I mean,
how do you see it? Could you?
Yeah, I think they're gonna. They
or at least have a hawkish meeting somehow, or try to sound hawkish, as much as they are not capable of doing so.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, they have to sound hawkish always. There is no other choice. At the same time, market. I mean, at this point, it's of course the day is still on, right? But the market is not really afraid of much of hawkishness. In my view, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this long. I was thinking it may not enter in the end, but it entered. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it. But I want to show you the chart I was recently using more than other charts. This one? Yeah. Actually, yields ticked lower recently. And I'm gonna add, yep, exactly this. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it on the same scale. Yeah. So in this situation, that's US 10-year yield and that's Japan 10-year. If BOJ high rate, it's like 0.75, right? If I'm not mistaken, let me see. Yeah, 0.75. The market rate for treasuries for their bonds is like 2.26. So they would have to high grade 75 basis points to make it really like make sense, right? Second,
for the market to say, there is somebody there, it's just not the AI doing his job.
I mean, yeah, maybe you could replace them with ChatGPT and see no difference. Especially this new version 5.2, it's not too bad. But anyway, their problem now is the fact that U.S. Treasury started running away from them. You know, like because as long as this convergence was happening, and they might have been thinking, okay, in a bit of time, Treasury yields will start coming down, or maybe drift lower. They wouldn't have to do anything, right? Just sound hawkish, so the market wouldn't think for a moment that you may be not hawkish. But now when treasuries are running away from them, maybe not as fast, like it's still converging, but it's kind of like it's an uncomfortable situation in general because Japanese government bond yields are rising higher than any reasonable price increase would happen to catch up, right? But then it's a crisis. It's a default by itself, by the way, default by the central bank. But anyways, they need to gamble now to do nothing. They certainly need to gamble that, okay, this problem with US treasuries is temporary, and eventually it will start, like treasury yields will start coming lower, right? That's their best case, which they can't really get, like for quite some time. They can't get it. That would have solved their problem most likely. So, and even what's interesting, even though US yields, like this divergence is narrowing now, it's converging actually. And dollar recently, like nobody wanted dollar, like dollar was being thrown out of the window. Yen wasn't really stronger that much. That's the drama of the situation. Nobody wanted yen in that situation, or barely anybody. So they have real problem, and the only way materially they are addressing it right now is threatening with intervention, and intervention threats have been the most serious for a long time, since a long time, right? However, though, they've been usually intervening from higher high. Yeah, those are sell stocks. Yeah, like just in case one day we wake up 800 pips lower.
There is another option that we could get tomorrow for them not do anything. sound hawkish, but market don't care anymore because the lying shepherd.
There is no other way of playing this verbally, right? They have to be hawkish, and market has to not care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, they intervene. Da 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 da.
They might be forced to intervene, yes, because
Yeah.
if market gonna keep buying this, imagine a bit of relief on the dollar, and this goes to the new highs, and those interventions that they've been making, they were from new highs, right? And those interventions, let's be also real. Those interventions, they are not aimed at making yen strong again. They are just aimed at getting rid of speculators. So if you read between the lines, they just want fundamentally justified adjustment of currency price, right? But the problem is, so they don't want the volatility that leverage speculators are creating. So it's only against leverage speculators. This is the only way it can work. So they will have somewhat slower depreciation. But if real money is moving out of Japan, they can't do nothing about it. There is nothing they can do. Because Japan is not attractive for capital at the moment at all, not even as a safe haven. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna see it higher, and now they will probably intervene. I think they're gonna intervene from new high, but that not gonna have, without fundamental change, that not gonna have much persistent effect. It's gonna affect me and you if we have leveraged positions, and our viewers, but not the overall fact that nobody wants yen anymore. So it's like kind of like situation with no exit, right? Like maybe they see yen gonna lose value anyways. It's just that yen gonna be losing value anyways. Maybe it's just gonna be losing it slower, and so everybody kind of get used to it. So that there will be no shock. Maybe they are waiting for something. Sometimes I think central banks are waiting for major banks to hedge. So some changes are being pushed back and silent, like they don't say, oh, we are pushing this back so Morgan Stanley can hedge. They are not saying this, right? But I think it might have been the case with rate hikes in 2022. They've been pushing them through most of 2021. So big banks could hedge, and those small banks didn't hedge. So we've been having U.S. regional banks tight micro crisis, right? Because it wasn't really that much of a problem for the financial stability of the system, but in general, big banks were able to hedge, and those small banks that didn't hedge, they just got decimated, right? They just had their balance sheets eviscerated. But so some maybe Bank of Japan is waiting for something. I don't know for what. I have no good idea right now, but there is a small chance that once it happens, I don't know, everybody in Japan, banks in Japan hedge, they will start being very hawkish. Okay, now we're gonna revamp the whole yen, which is a little bit unlikely, right? Why would they revamp yen and make it strong again or great again? If they can use it to pay yen's buying power, to pay for all the problems that they are right now having, right? I mean, so if they do 25 tomorrow, surprising 25, I don't think it changes anything. Maybe it just
exactly
psychological impact.
Exactly. They will need to really pre-commit for future.
What was market expecting to rate hikes this year, maybe in Japan?
I didn't check, but in terms of the price action that we've seen recently, not really. I mean, in terms of the or the market is so indifferent to the amount of rate hikes that are getting projected that the market just says, okay, it's nothing gonna change. We're at 1% now or 1.5. It doesn't change anything.
But this
And
is not a classical setup when you have yields going up and currency going down, right? This is counterintuitive based on classical fundamental trading. But apparently it can happen, right? You can be increasing interest rates and market may still not like your currency.
Oh, sure.
So yeah, in that case, that would need really some more, right? As you said. Right?
Yeah. Guys, we have 1 more minute before we gotta leave. In the next hour, we have a couple of market events that's gonna trigger. As far as I see, inflation, core PC prices, and we also, this is 37 minutes from now, no? Yes, at 30, perfect, yeah, exactly. Core PC prices, GDP in the USA, and some labor data as well, supposedly. Initial jobless claims. Let's see how will that go? How will that trigger? And if we could get some trading opportunities on it. Thanks a lot, Marcin. Look forward to see you in a week from now. Thank you, guys. Mostly Jack being company to this session. Continue watching, and we will be back. Marcin actually continues here, so he will be live through the news. He's gonna trade at least 3 instruments in the next 1 hour.
I will be in the beginner's room.
Yep,
but yeah,
with at least 3 trades in the next session. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you very much.
He will deliver, I tell you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Thanks.
Take care. Stand
Bye bye.
Hallo julle. I was playing League of Legends. League of Legends. Ik weet niet hoe zijn jobs gegaan, hè? Hij is mooi teruggekomen. Hier is die skets nog. Dus either een bullflag of die double top en af. So hy het onder toe gekom waar hy moes, so almal kon uitkom. En nie sien ons geld verloor het volgende, hè? Hy het maar net nie baie verder afgekom, maar hy het gedoen wat hy moes terug in en dis ver. Dis $30. Should see a red block then. Only problem is we'll have early rejection. This is why it's rejecting in the golden zone. So if it does go red and breaks below, so here's our golden zone for this move from here to here. We kind of got the rejection already. We're here again. Let's see if she wants to break it or reject it. If she breaks it, we know we're at least going to this low. So let us see, my guys. Let us see, where is my other account? Pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa. Full body is there, it's weak. It's already in the golden zone. Pa, 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 pa. Pa. So, van die fip van die onderkant tot die bokant, trek hom deur en daar is jou golden zone. Gaan kyk gister se video, ons het 'n hele sessie gehad oor die golden zone. Gister se live. Where, man? Hallo. Seeing rejection, just like this morning, where it was in between two fair value gaps, it's finding itself between two golden zones. Let's see. If it breaks here, we know it's going to at least here. If it breaks here, it can go to here. We must just check, is a 15-minute fair value gap here. Can someone see it? Okay, also not really, okay. Okay. Ah, ons gaan lang wag vanoggend. Sorry. Hallo? Wat moet ek bestel? Okay. Okay. Okay, what? Yeah. Alright. Ek scalp ons 'n bietjie. Ek trade met die moving averages. No, you guys need to wait for the break. You guys need to wait for the break. I'm playing with the moving averages, trading them, but it's scalping in and out. I've made $500 though, just scalping while I'm waiting for the break. So this zone has been completed, right? This was the golden zone from here to here. Breaks the golden zone, solid break, goes, completes it, and this is no longer valid because it's been completed. So we have this level here, and then we have this kind of resistance over here. This is kind of what we have. And both of them is the top and the low of our blocks. Hallo? It's live met my kliënte. No man.
Success demands 8 things. Number 1, hard work. Success. show us how to edit it.
Guys, what is gold doing? Nothing much. Nothing much. Fuck it. What can we talk about? Can we talk about something? Yeah, wait, hold on. My father's phoning. Hello? Oh. Oh, fuck. Wanneer is die nuus wen? O nee man, dis kak man. Daar is die data verskil. Ja, daar is die data verskil. So man. En die een wys baie en die wys selfs so. Nee, ek het gekyk vanmiddag, vanoggend. Maar ultimately lyk dit sleg vir die dollar. Of een lyk goed, een lyk sleg. Ja, shit. Kom ek sê ons op stream. Okay, wat? Guys, fuck, I forgot about something. There's news. Thank God my father phoned. We got 2 news events coming. The data we have is, one shows good, it's in 3 minutes. The initial jobless claim shows more jobless claims, which is bad for the dollar, but the GDP is good for the dollar, so yeah, be careful. Shit, I forgot about it. Yeah, so let's see. If it's bad for the dollar, gold will go up. We'll see. Maybe I'll trade the actual results. I can share the actual results with you guys. Let's do this. And then let's do this. And we'll wait for the actual. Yeah. Let's see what the news does. Fair value gap created. A fair value gap was created, guys. Can you see the fair value gap was created? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know what's a fair value gap. Fair value gap, yeah, in the middle. News is in 1 minute. Good for the dollar, but is a bit more. GDP is good, so everything looks okay for the dollar. Overall, it's good for the dollar. Overall good for the dollar. Okay, so we know the news is good for the dollar. Let's see if that news will break this level over here. rejecting again off this level. Nope, not even the news want to break that level at the bottom there. Not even the news want to break this, someone just rejecting it. No, not buying. We need a long red candle to break this. Weer een lang middag vandag. Hmm. Bro, of ek sit al van volgende 3 af saam met jou begin. Nice, John. Ja, goud is bietjie op vandag, maar is lekker. Nee man, parkie, hoekom is 'n kakdag? Ja, ons gaan die ding ooit vir ons 'n tyd gee vandag. Kyk, ek skelp ook maar net so. Maak so $300, $500. Ek skelp met so 0.30's. Hey, dat is 'n rooi blok. Moet ek die geld vat. Twee minute oor van die ene. Can we just get the lekker one? I want a proper break, not like this morning. This morning was also a small break, went up, came back for that low. Let's hope we want to break to here, lekker nice retest to here, stop, don't go above, come down, easy, sweep low. We want it simple this afternoon. We don't want stories. Simple, simple. Break it now. Yeah. I'm on my other account. I'm still in US 100 trades. From yesterday. No. Why can't I see it? Oh, here's it. Yep. Look at US 100. Guys, I got in here. I'm in here. This is where I'm in. On US 100. My buys is here. Look where we are. And I'm holding. I'm not closing for shit. I will not close them. My TP is at 50,000. Like Trump said. NZD USD was a buy. USD JPY should have been a sell. But anyway. Oil is dropping. Murtu. Oil is fucked. Buy oil. You are done, my friend. Gold is... I'm exiting all my positions. I'm waiting for gold, guys. I'm gonna be patient now. I'm just scalping. I think you guys should be patient with me. And let's see. This is no longer valid. Let's put the new golden zone in over here. So we got a fair value gap and a golden zone in one spot. Okay. So we'll see what happens over here. We'll see what happens over here. Wat was daar nog vanuit Wolfsdroogworst? Oh, wow. Eet jy nog een van julle droogworst mee, biltong? Guys, I'm targeting this block, sorry. I'm targeting this block, I hope you guys also. There's 3 confirmations, it's a fair value gap, it's a golden zone, and we just saw the 6 1-minute candles reject off the 100 moving average here as well. So I'm going to target it, my stop loss is just above this red candle, I'm not going to give it too much. If it breaks above, I'm going to leave it. Nope. I don't like how this thing's moving. Guys, I think we're gonna leave gold. My stop loss is just above this red candle, and then I'm leaving it. Because it's showing signs of rejection, but it's also telling me like one sellers to come in, and then this thing wants to move up. So I think it's best to leave gold. I really think it's best to leave gold. This thing is showing confirmations of a sell coming, and then it even does the rejection, but just pulls it back up, which is telling me it wants sellers to come in so it can move higher and take our money. So I'm gonna leave it here, just here. Yes, yeah, my stop loss is just here. I'm gonna just leave it. Whatever happens, happens. Two, 4, 6, 7 rejections on the 100 moving average on the 1 minute time frame. Can you guys see this week? There's a 100 moving average running here. So the 100 moving average is running like this. Look how it's rejecting off the 100 moving average in a fair value gap and in the golden zone. So it's showing signs of coming down. So there's a lot of confirmations for a sell, but if it goes here, I'm exiting it, and I'll target this area over here. What is that level? 28. Yeah, I'll put my stop loss there. Yeah, TP is around here. Like we're all in profit, right? On this block, so if you want to be safe, you can even move your stop loss from here to break even. But yeah, I don't like the way what it's doing. This is just feeling like a big setup. So this wants us to sell, and then break above. So be careful. My stop loss is here, and I'm sticking to it. My stop loss is actually 28 on the dot, 4828. Bitcoin is selling. I don't know what silver wants to do. Here USD is still climbing. Gold going back up to that 100 moving average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rejections of it almost. Like it's even tilting the 100 now. It's like doing something like this. It's touching the 100 moving average again now for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, 8th time touching it and rejecting of it. 8 times touching the 100 moving average. Insane, bro. Insane. And it's a fair value gap, and it's a golden zone. So a lot of confirmations that it's respecting it. Ja, daar is klank. Jy het my seker net gemute, jongen. And then there is I think in 16 minutes we're gonna see a big volatility. So let's hope in 16 minutes this thing is here, and that volume coming in is gonna push it down. Touching the 100 moving average for the 10th time now on the 1 minute. For the 10th time. And looks like it wants to break it now. It's even above it now. There it goes above it. No, guys, I think we leave gold today. We're just gonna leave it. Don't risk more than this. Oh well, you can risk whatever you want. I'm not gonna risk more than this level. There's just no way. We saw me move that one also, yeah. Yep, even went above it. Holy shit, nice. Come on. It's touching the 100 moving average from the top side now. The 100 moving average is running here like this. Touching it again now. If it's blue, just means it doesn't change the color. Like there wasn't a breakout. Or it's busy forming still. Price is now stuck on that 100 moving average. That's it, moving below the 100 moving average now. Rejecting. Nice. Look at this. This yellow line is the 100 moving average on the 1 minute. Going below it and then rejecting it. And you guys see how the candles did want to close above the 100 moving average, and now the candles can't close below the 100 moving average. Same concept as a breakout, pullback, and then probably a continuation. Yep. So pullback, and here's your continuation coming. Ja, ons weer iets 5 hier. Wat ook sleg was vir die dollar, as ek reg kan onthou. En het wys 5 uur sin is neutral. Wys nie sleg of goed nie, en dan 7 uur sin wys goed vir die dollar. Fucking die ding is by my stoploss. Yeah, but boys, so this means it's broke it, came back, come up, means it wants to go over here. I think I'm gonna leave it. In fact, I'm not even gonna wait for it. I'm exiting it. It's probably gonna move over here to this area here, or to the top side. I'm out, guys. I'm not even gonna trade it. This thing is just gonna take our money. Yep. Just leave it or exit it. If you have enough equity and you want to hold for you, that's up to you. But me, I'm not gonna trade it anymore. That's just my stop loss, and I'm gonna respect it. And the rule is, golden zone, it breaks it and goes up. There was 3 confirmations over here for a sell. We saw so much rejection, but this just felt like it's feeling like a trap for us to sell and then go and take everyone's money. So probably to this point, then maybe down all the way to here. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, and look why because of, look at the smaller break. The push up is nothing. This is a medium risk entry. At least it came. It came back to this low. But I mean, this one is above medium risk already. It's going to high risk. Well, that's what the technical analysis is showing us. It wants to go to high risk. So I think we just leave it. I'm going to remove that pending orders as well. Let me get rid of those pending orders. We'll see over here. And if you guys target this area, your stop loss is like $5 above. So yeah, today's wasn't like that. This one was fine. This one was okay. Red went back medium risk and then came back for it. But yeah, the same. Look at the breakout. It's so shit. No, it's just breaking, it's going, it's very bullish. And this is a solid break. Look at the candle. This is not even just like a fake out. This is even like a solid break. Even breaking this golden zone, which means it can even go all the way back up to the all-time high. What do we have here? We have a zone over here, which is also the neckline for this double top happening. We're tracing back now. So this is the pullback. If you lose 2,000 rand and you're done for the week, which means you risk your whole account, which just, I don't know why you guys would do that, but anyway, it is what it is, and just target the next setup tomorrow morning. I'm trying to find a position here. There's a breakout, there's the pullback exactly to the line, and then up. Guys, let's leave it. I'm actually looking for this buy position, but it's just too high to buy safely. And yeah, let's leave it. Let's leave it, and then we'll come back tomorrow morning. But I can't find a buy position for us. I also can't find a sell position here. On the higher time frame, it says that gold wants to go back to the all-time high, the technical analysis. So let's leave it, and then I'll see you guys in the morning. We'll take this loss.